Everybody loves a good Minecraft elevator. Too bad those don't exist. Zipper elevators, broken. Piston elevators, unreliable. Slime block elevators, ugly. Flying machines, slow and expensive. Going from point A to B vertically has never been so tedious. But I can do you one better. Elevators with only 2 floors, ew. Cringe, that's beta bad redstone. Now, multi-floor elevators, that's the good stuff. Now let's check on YouTube and see what other people have created. Oh my god, what is this? Why are all of these so massive and complicated? Okay, time to make literally the best multi-floor elevator that ever exists. First, we need a method of travel. Since all of these other options suck, we're gonna go with bubble columns since they go around, oh my god, they go around 10 blocks per second and are probably the easiest method of making an elevator. Step 2, add multiple floors. Easy. Step 3, add floor selection to every floor to make the elevator work like an actual goddamn elevator. And finally, step 4, compress that redstone until it's so dense it becomes a black hole. And after breaking the laws of physics and being better at redstone than literally everyone else, here is the best usable big boy liquid elevator, or the bubble. So basically, this elevator's amazing. Look at all of these floors. I'm on floor 1, well I want to go to floor 3. And I go in and look at this. I go up so fast and look at that. Floor 3. Oh, I want to go down to floor 2. Push the floor 2 button. Oh no, it does this. I go to floor 2. Oh no, help. I'm stuck on a random floor called floor 5. I want to go up to floor 7. I push floor 7 and we go up. I want to go all the way back to floor 1. We just wait a bit. Actually, we can just stand here if we want to. And we go all the way down to floor 1.
But CraftyMasterman, how many floors can you have?
Well, you can have as many as you want, I don't care.
But CraftyMasterman, this elevator seems really awesome, but it must be really complicated.
Well, guess what? It's 4 blocks wide, look at it, it's so small. Now you may be wondering, CraftyMasterman, how the heck does this epic elevator work? Well, as all epic funny redstone YouTubers would say, it's really quite simple.
CraftyMasterman, you only say that because you're a really good redstone.
No, I'm not, shut up, this thing is actually super easy. The entire elevator is just that circuit and that circuit. This is the main elevator circuit. If I flick this lever, oh my god, look at that, water appears. What happens when I step in the water? I go up. That's pretty cool, right? And then I turn it off, and guess what? The water disappears. How the heck does this work? Well, this is the entire redstone. That's it. Basically what we have is we have some corner stairs on the side, and as you can see, because they are corner stairs, the water cannot pass through into the main elevator shaft. And we're keeping them as corner stairs using these other stairs that are being pushed by these pistons. So when we turn the elevator on like this, these stairs will retract, and this will not be a corner stair anymore, and this water source and the water source on the other side, they combine and make a water source in the middle, and that is how we turn the elevator on. And to turn it off, all we do, wow, look at that. We just block up the water on both sides, and we just delete the water by pushing blocks into it. That's literally the entire elevator. And you want to stack these on top of each other? Well, just stack them with observers. Look at that. It's so easy. There is nothing hard about this. And this is the floor selection circuit. And the most complicated part about this is just this selector panel in the bottom, which you could probably copy if you just pause the video right now and just put items in the dropper. And then over here we have a wall. Now what's cool about walls is they can actually send signals downwards. If I close one of these trapdoors, as you can see, all of these walls can change shape, and that can actually be detected with an observer. And another cool thing is all of these walls change instantly, so that makes this super duper fast. So if I push this button, boom, comparator changes. If I do this button, boom, comparator changes. And if this was like 200 blocks in the air, it would still take the same amount of time no matter how high the wall is. So if I have a button over here, and I just put another trapdoor over here and push this button, as you can see, it takes the same amount of time as if it were up there. It's literally the exact same thing. So now that you know how the elevator works, or maybe you skipped this part like a cringy human being, now we can actually build it, and you can put it in your survival world or creative world. I don't know. Let's just build it. So once you found where your elevator is going to be, we're gonna start with the first floor section. So first, you want to make an archway like this, and you want to put 2 signs in here, and this is going to be the entrance to your bubble elevator. And then behind it, you're just gonna mark out, I guess I just did it with wolf for the sake of the tutorial, this is where your bubble column chute, I guess, is going to be. And where all of these quartz blocks are, this is where your wall's going to be. So let's just build up the wall 3 blocks high, and we'll just build it all the way over here. Just like that, if I can actually place the blocks properly. And now for this tutorial, we're going to have 5 floors, so I'm going to place 5 buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving 1 block of space on the right side of the buttons and 1 block of space on the left side. And just to mark out the floor, this is just purely aesthetic. I just made the floor number a different colored button. So this black stone button is the first one. We're on floor 1. That's just because it looks nicer. And the space you need behind your wall is you're going to have a hole that is as wide as the amount of buttons you have. So I have 5 buttons. So it's going to be 5 blocks long. It's going to be 4 blocks wide towards the back. And it's going to be 4 blocks deep into the ground. And then behind your elevator chute over here, so we have a soul sand with a water source, so that's keeping us bobbing up and down. And you're just going to go 3 blocks behind your backmost block, so behind this back wall of your elevator chute, and this is where your pistons and stairs are going to go for your bubble elevator. So now what you want to do is you want to build your highest floor that's going to go on the very top of your building or wherever your elevator is. And as you can see, I built another little archway, and I've also covered the front in glass, and this is going to be useful for when we fill this with water, which is what we're going to do right now. So going behind the wall on the elevator, you're going to place a lot of stairs, a lot of blocks, and a lot of water. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to place stairs on the side like this, going all the way to the top. And when you get to the top, you want to make your last stair flush with the top floor like this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to place blocks beside these stairs on the wall on both sides, and make sure the top block is flush with the floor, and you're going to do that on the other side. So this is what it should look like right now, and we're going to go all the way to the bottom, and you're going to break this block, and then you're going to build another pillar of blocks over here. And now we're going to slowly fill water sources in every single one of these stairs. So we're just going to start from the bottom, and we're going to go all the way to the top. So we're going to go here, and we're just going to slowly fill every single stair. So if you've done it properly, you should see this water go all the way down and not spill everywhere, and that's because of our holes on the bottom. And if we go to the front, we should be carried all the way up because all of these should also be source blocks. So there we go. We get carried to our top floor. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to the back, and this time you're going to start on the top, and you're going to place sideways stairs going like this. And as you can see, the water just kind of goes away. And we are basically turning these stairs into corner stairs, so you want to go from the top to the bottom, not bottom to top, or it's going to spill everywhere. So now after you're all done, you should get something that kind of looks like this. It looks like a really weird zipper, and then if you go on the front, it should be completely seamless in the front, and you should still go all the way up, and that's because we haven't cleared these water sources yet. So now we're actually going to start with the redstone. So these are all the things you need for the redstone minus the stairs and the blocks and the water, because you already used that. So we're just going to get our pistons, target block, observers, repeaters, and our wiring blocks. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the back, and you're going to make 2 blocks like this, and you're going to put a redstone on the back and a 2-tick repeater going forward. Then you're going to put 2 target blocks next to this redstone dust, so it makes this T shape over here. And then you're just literally going to repeat that all the way up. So I just put an observer, then you're going to put your redstone dust, and you're just going to repeat this exact same thing all the way to the top until your target blocks become flush with the top floor. Now once you're done this, as you can see, the target blocks over here are flush with the top floor. If they are not, you might have to like raise or lower the floor like a block or 2, so that hopefully shouldn't change your entire building plan. So yeah, we have all of the redstone. Now we have to place all of the pistons. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in front of these 2-tick repeaters, and we're going to put sticky pistons facing into the wall like this. And again, you're going to do this all the way to the top again. So once you're done, this is what it should look like right now. And now you're actually going to power these pistons to get rid of that water that's in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to put an observer facing into this target block. And then I guess you can go behind it and place redstone dust and break it really fast. If you're in survival, this might be a little harder, but oh well, who cares? So you're just going to do that, and all of these pistons should fire, and all of the water should be removed. And the walls should still all be seamless because these stairs are still corner stairs. So that is what should happen. And now we're going to place the last pistons, which are going to be the ones that retract these stairs. So we're just going to go and put them over here. Now this should be the entire redstone for this elevator section completed. So if you just update this observer, you should actually see the entire elevator, I guess, turn on. So let's just update this observer. And as you can see, oh my god, look at that. The water goes all the way up, and we can go here, and we will get shot all the way to the top. If we just head to the bottom, and we just update this observer again, the elevator turns off, and as you can see, there is no more water. So I skipped ahead again, and I've made this entire wall that goes from the bottom to the top floor, so I guess pause the video and take as much time as you need to fill in this entire wall. But now we are going to add our multiple floors. So the way the floors work in this elevator is that you want to make sure all of your floors are in line with a target block. So I guess we can just count up, like from here, we can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's see if I want a floor over here. Okay, we check. Yes, it is in line with a target block. So we're just going to slowly map out where our floors are going to be. So I'm just going to build this out, and I'm going to build another archway over here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a target block here? Yes, there is. So that is my next floor. So I'll put that over here, and I'll replace all of this. Now, I'm just making them equal distance so it looks nicer for the tutorial, but remember, you can make it variable height if you really want to. You just have to make sure that your floor is in line with one of these target blocks. If you need your floor to be a block higher or like a block lower, I guess what you could do is like come out a block, put a stair over here, and then just have it go up 1 block, but like it's like a very small drawback. It doesn't really matter. So that is 1, 2, 3. We need 1 more floor, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We add our last floor over here in line with the target block, and we just build it out, and we have our archway going like this. So now what you want to do is you want to get some signs, and you're going to put signs in front of all of your doorways so then the water doesn't spill out. So just put signs. And the bottom one already has signs. The only one that does not need signs is this top archway, because the water only goes up to here, doesn't actually go up any higher, so that's good. So now we're just going to kind of build out the floors like this to the very end on every single one, and then we'll start doing the floor selection. Now we're going to put our floor selection buttons on all the floors, and I'm just going to use my little black stone floor marking system just so we can see what floor we're on when we test this. So there we go. This is the 4th floor. And this is the last floor, just like that. So if you're doing the exact same pattern as I am, your buttons should be going in a diagonal line, or they can be all the same. It doesn't really matter. So now we actually have to separate the blue circuit, because as it is right now, you activate this observer at the bottom and all of it goes at once, and that is not what we want. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to grab some wiring blocks and some redstone dust, and you're going to go to each one of your floors. You're going to go back, look at the target block, and then look at the observer above it. You're gonna break this. Everything's gonna start leaking, but don't worry, if you don't have any redstone anywhere, it shouldn't break anything, hopefully. I don't know what you have in your base. And you're gonna put redstone dust here. And that should all go back to normal. And then we're gonna go to the next floor, go back to the target block, break this observer, put a block, and then redstone dust. And we're gonna do that until we get to the top floor. So do that, do that, do that. And for the final floor, there's a target, but there's no observer above it, so we don't need to replace anything. So now, as you can see, we have the entire elevator broken up into little segments, so we can actually do the multi-floor properly. Now you're going to get your observers, and you're going to point observers into the target blocks where the redstone dust is, like this. We're going to go to every single floor, and just do that, if I can actually place there we go. And we're going to go to the last floor, and do that. And that should be it. So we should have 4 observers for 5 floors. So you should have 1 less observers here than you have floors, because if you go to floor 1, it should just be the entire thing empty, because then you fall to the bottom. So now we're actually going to do the floor selection circuit, which is in this red shulker box. So just pause the video and get all of these things that you need, and we'll just be starting right away. So first, you're going to start by going behind your button panel, and you're going to go to the rightmost button, so the one that represents the highest floor, and you're going to put 2 blocks and put a wall over here, and then put a trapdoor that goes against that wall. So when you push this button, the trapdoor opens in the direction of the wall like that. And then you're just going to put all walls behind these buttons, and you're going to put more trapdoors behind the walls like that. And then you're going to put a block over here, and then you're going to put a block over here, so then all the walls become like this vertical half slab looking shape. So then you're going to go under the walls, and you're going to put observers facing downwards on all of them. So if you look here, the face is over here, and it's detecting the walls. And then you're going to put glass 1 block away from the observers, and you're going to put redstone dust on all of this. So now you're going to go to the other side, on the side of the trapdoors, and you're going to put front-facing observers on all of them except this first one. So do this all the way until you reach this first one, don't place an observer. And then you're going to put downwards observers coming from these front-facing observers, and then you're going to put a hopper in front of these downwards-facing observers, and then put more observers facing downwards that detect these hoppers. So this is kind of finicky to place, but there we go. And then you're going to put blocks in front of these observers. Now, I did forget, but you do also need droppers and junk items, so just make sure you get a junk item and droppers. And then you're going to put droppers facing upwards here, and then droppers facing downwards over here. So it looks completely solid. All the holes are kind of facing each other. And then you're just going to put junk items in these bottom droppers. So I'm just going to put whatever I have in my inventory. I don't really care. I have redstone dust. Sure, why not? That's going in. And there we go. And you're going to put blocks over here. And then you're going to put comparators on top of these blocks. And you're going to put blocks on top like this with torches. And then blocks on top of the torches with more torches like that. Then you're going to put blocks on top of the torches again. And you're going to put blocks to the side. And then you're just going to wrap it around to here. You're going to break this observer for a moment. And you're going to put redstone dust on all of these blocks. And then you're just actually going to keep the observer removed. We'll put it back later. So now what you're going to do is you're going to build this wall setup going all the way to the top. So I'm going to bring these blocks all the way to the top, and you're going to bring the other blocks all the way to the top, and you're also going to bring the walls all the way to the top. It's a lot of repetitive placing, I know. So once you have your walls like this, they should be in line with this top button panel, and then this redstone line might be turned on. So to turn it off, you're just going to push the first button, and this redstone line should turn off. So now we're going to link all of these buttons to this big wall, and to do that, it's very easy. All you have to do is put trapdoors behind these buttons, and again, make sure they close in the direction of the wall like that. So you're going to do that on this floor. Let's go to the next floor. Just go up here. Nope, I said up here. There we go. Put your trapdoors. Next floor. And the last floor, we just put the trapdoors at the very top. That's not the very top. That's the very top. And there we go. We have all of our trapdoors, and you can just plug up these holes if you've also made holes like I did. And now what we're going to do is the floor selection with torches, the torch towers going up. So this is the part where you can probably get different colors of wool just so it's easier to figure out where your floors are. So I'm just going to get some yellow, some green, and some blue. First thing we're going to do is this takes a little bit of brain power. So first we're going to turn this off. So push the first button. This should be turned off. So now what you're going to do is you're going to miss this first torch, and you're going to put 3 torches here. And I'm just going to color code these just like that. I'm just going to move this so it's easier. And then we're just going to continue our torch tower all the way to the second observer. So it's over there. So we're almost there. And there we go. So as you can see, the blocks are aligned with the observer, so that means we can now get rid of the yellow, and we can go on to the next floor. So we have our green and blue floors left, so we're just going to keep carrying this upwards until we get to our next observer, which is coming up. So there we go, and our green and blue. So now as you can see, the blocks are lined up again. Now you can also, depending on how your floors are spaced, you can also have your torches aligned with the observers, but the redstone will actually be literally the exact same. So there we go. Our green is now hooked up to this floor. Now all you have to do is hook up the blue to the top floor. So let's just quickly, so there we go. It should be here. So as you can see, all of these should be turned off. So this should be turned off going into the block. This should be turned off going into the block. And this should be turned off going into the block. If it's not, then you did something wrong in the torch tower, or this line at the very bottom is turned on. So now we're on the very last step where we hook up these torches to these observers. So basically all you need to do is go to where this ends, so where this yellow part ends, and you're going to put slabs to the side of these torches like this, and you're going to put redstone on top. And then you're going to take those slabs all the way across the wall, like this, remove this observer, and you can put a solid block over here, redstone dust, and I need an observer again, and you need to place the observer back there so it doesn't just spam and fire and do stuff. And then you're going to go to the next part, you're going to put slabs to the side again, like this, going all the way across the wall, break this observer, put a block here, and then just do this, and then you're going to put an observer over here, facing this target block. And now the last floor, we're going to put our slabs all the way across the wall, break the observer, put your block, and then place your redstone, and then put back your observer here. Now sometimes, if you, depending on how you space your floors, this line might be a block higher, so this block might actually be right behind that observer, and if that is the case, you just need to replace this block with a note block, so then when the note block powers, it powers the observer. So let's test this epic elevator. I'm on floor 1, and let's say I want to go to floor 3. Push the floor 3 button, a bunch of pistons make noises, and we go up all the way to floor 3 as indicated by this blackstone button over here. I want to go down to floor 2, I push the floor 2 button, and we can just safely jump, and we go down to floor 2. And now I want to go all the way up to floor 5. I just go here and wait a little bit, and we go all the way up to floor 5, the very top. And lastly, I want to go to floor 1, but then for some reason I got stuck on floor 3 along the way. Well, guess what? You can still just go in, and you go all the way down to floor 1. So that is the entire elevator all done. I hope you enjoyed. Now, if it's still somehow broken for you and you need help, you can join my Discord server, send screenshots, and say what's broken, and I can help you, and that usually works. So yeah, I'm just gonna end this video.